This is the Bonfire Model by Nicole Finot, Renaya Woods, and Jordan Cooper. Okay. Our bonfire model has a few factors in it. The wood represents the problems that lead up to the revolution. Then the match, which I didn't put a picture on there, but the match that makes the fire is the last problem, that basically the last drop of water on a cup, the one that causes the revolution. And then the fire is the revolution with the wars, the fights, the allies, all of that. Then the water right here is what quenches the fire and just ends off the resolution to the revolution. And the ashes that are left are the long-term effects of the revolution, and the smoke is just those short-term effects because it eventually disappears. Okay, so there are two revolutions that we're going to be talking about. First is the French Revolution, and the other one is the Brazilian Revolution. Okay. For the French Revolution, the logs, or the problems, are the international struggle for leadership, the political conflict between monarchy and the nobility over the reform of the tax system, the debt, the Enlightenment, the social antagonism, the ineffective ruler, food shortages. All of these problems or things that happen to cause the revolution are the logs. And for the Brazilian Revolution, that would be Napoleon's invasion that caused the monarchs of Portugal to move to Brazil and take over. Slavery, the economy, and the restrictions placed on the natives are the problems. Examples. Okay. The strike that lit off the revolution. That would be, for the French Revolution, it would be the starvation of the people that escalated to its highest, and the people finally decided to change the social class abuse. And that's basically, they just got tired of it, and they were like, man, we're gonna revolutionize. And then for the Brazilian Revolution, it started off after September 1821, when the provincial governments of Brazil were put in political subordination to Portugal, which left Pedro, which was the prince or the king, the ruler of Brazil at that time. They left Pedro nothing more than the governor of Rio de Janeiro. So, Janeiro. Okay. So those were the matches. Okay, so for the actual revolutionizing, they were basically the same for both revolutions. So allies were made, wars were fought, destruction was inevitable, many deaths were experienced. For the French Revolution, there was the 10-year terror, and then I don't think there was anything that huge for the Brazilian revolution, but yeah, but there was a lot of deaths and wars. Okay, the water that quenched the French Revolution was, believe it or not, Napoleon. Napoleon took over after the King Louis XVI was finally dethroned and beheaded. And then for the Brazilian Revolution, the solution came on September 7th of 1822, when Brazil declared its independence from Portugal. Okay. The smoke that comes after fire, representing the short-term impacts of of the revolution, that would be for the French Revolution. The short-term impacts would be an unstable economy, a loss of hierarchy, and a war with every neighboring nation besides Russia. And so that left the French scrambling to get their country back together. And then for the Brazilian short-term impact, that would be, it's actually better. A peace, better for bigger ranges of items were manufactured. There was better trade, and a stable government happened. Okay. Then the long-term impacts that are modeled by the ashes and the remains of the fire. Okay, for the French Revolution, this would be more spiritual. It infused the spirit of a democratic freedom among the people of the entire world, and it promoted the ideas of liberty and equality. Then for the Brazilian Revolution, those impacts were more materialistic, like a richer economy, cultural impact, and diversity, especially since there was a mixture of races. So, yeah. Okay, that's the end of our presentation.